Hello and welcome everyone. It is time to enter the kumite. Remember, this is not a sport. You don't play fight. What's up, fight fans? Today we're going to be taking a closer look at the upcoming fight between Rob Font and Marlon Vera. Either man can win this fight, but let's take a closer look at how they may win this fight. First word that comes to mind when I think of Rob Font is consistent. He will be in your face with the jab and building his combos off of it just as night follows day. He has such a long and versatile jab. He can throw it at you stiff as an interrupt. He can angle off of it and close the distance for his power hand. And he can jab well from both stances, which can really throw people off. I honestly can say that this man's jab is among the best in the UFC. He always attacks with a high guard too, which is a must if you don't want to roll those dice and get countered. But yeah, his hooks and uppercuts almost always come after the jab. If utilized correctly at the right time and at the right angle, jabs are almost impossible to punish. If at any point you're not coming at Font, he's going to start teeing off on you. He has phenomenal cardio and he can do this all 5 rounds, baby. Jab until you start to get tired of it, then really start chaining things together to the body and the head, and his timing of his uppercuts are golden. As soon as you stop giving him things to think about, he's going to start going to town on you. Font is so consistent that it really throws people off when he goes for something wild. I wouldn't put it past him to stick to his game plan for 3 solid rounds, then start tossing in random knees or high kicks. I think it's safe to say by now that Font is prone to leg kicks. He has such good boxing that his focus is on that, and he can leave his legs a little open. He puts all of his weight into his jab, and he holds a high guard. If timed correctly, Vera can definitely put the hurt on him with the body kicks and that low calf kick. If he can wear out Font's leg, it's going to make it harder for him to put the power in his punches, especially the jab. And it's going to be harder for him to close the distance and angle off. It's going to slow him down significantly. He tries to use that jab to punish you for bringing your leg off the ground, too, and it can work. But is that a trade that you're willing to make? What about 2 or 3 rounds from now? Are those trades you're going to want to be making? I don't know if Vera will have too much in the boxing department for Font. Font is really hard to punish with his responsible offense and defense, and I think that jab will be putting in some work. But Vera has a wide arsenal of kicks that he can utilize that will definitely give Font trouble at range. He really likes the front kick, slamming the roundhouse into the body, and of course his low calf kick. He's one of the people that really popularized the low calf kick, especially getting after that hype train derail over Sean O'Malley. The finish kind of led off of those calf kicks, and it ended up confusing O'Malley's nerves in his legs, and he kind of misstepped and rolled his ankle because of it. I think that might be his biggest tool in this fight with Rob Font. Keep an eye out for him to start going up high with those kicks as well. If he gets Font to respect the body work, it may open up the head for a sneaky high kick. I give the grappling advantage to Marlon Vera as well, so keep that in mind. He has great BJJ with submissions that he can threaten from just about any position. He has a really strong arm triangle and rear naked choke. He mostly specializes in chokes. He has dangerous elbows from the bottom. You cannot be lazy when you're on the ground with Vera because he is constantly working down there. So I wouldn't be surprised if this fight ends up on the ground in some crazy way after a scramble or mistimed shot. And if it does, I think it favors Vera pretty heavily. He's got great BJJ with good ground and pound to help ease into positions and get people to roll out. And we can't forget to mention his heart. He never stops trying to finish the fight, and he doesn't really get discouraged in there. Ultimately, though, I'm going with Rob Font via decision. Vera is tough as nails, and I don't think he'll get finished in there, but I don't really see this fight going to the ground, and if it does, I don't think it's going to stay there for long. For the most part, I see Font lighting Vera up at range and timing when Vera brings his leg off the ground with his jabs or straight down the center. I see Font taking control of the octagon and forcing Vera to skirt along the outside, waiting for his openings, which the margins are pretty slim for those openings, save the calf kick. I wouldn't be surprised if Vera gets that leg damage in early and starts to pick up the pace in rounds 4 and 5. But I think Font will switch stances to kind of divide up the damage to the legs and keep that forward pressure. So yeah, I'm going with Rob Font via decision. With that, I'll go ahead and wrap things up. If you like the content we're providing, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. If you disagree with our picks, make sure to berate us down in the comments below. You can also follow us on Instagram and Facebook, and you can even follow me personally on Twitter. Remember, this is not a sport. You don't play fight.